Hey everybody, welcome back to Weld.com. I'm here with my brother from another mother, Mr. Brian Legalio. You get it right that time?
It's pretty good.
Nailed it. We're gonna do a fill and cap. I don't know what fancy words you pipe fitters got.
We generically call it a hot pass and fill and cap. The guys up in like the Chicago area call it a cushion. I think that's a better term for it. You're trying to retain your root. You're trying to keep it from being restructured by your hot pass, or make sure you don't blow through it when you start firing up with some 7018.
And then I guess another common issue that they have with pipe is suckback, or incomplete joint penetration is a standard term. So suckback, for those of you that don't know, is we have weld reinforcement on the inside of the pipe, and then we go weld over top with the hot pass.
And we restructure the root.
And we restructure the root, and it actually sucks it back through the pipe.
So the best way I've done it, well, there's two ways. You can cut that section out and open it up and essentially backfeed that section or root, or you can thin it out and walk the wire directly over it, making sure not to walk too wide to spread out that metal, so it will push directly down on where it sucked back.
So and focus more of the heat back into the root.
Yeah, directly right onto where it was sucked back. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the hot pass. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, yo.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna run 6-inch schedule 40.
6-inch schedule 40.
And talk to me about your setup here.
So just a little refresher. This is how you would run this tungsten stick out right here. Is how you'd run for a root. You want to push in or a straight in angle most of the time, doing the technique we were talking about in the previous video. When you're doing a hot pass, you want to extend the electrode out just slightly. So instead of straight in, you're leaning back a little bit. That will help you keep from restructuring your root. So when I'm doing a hot pass, I want to keep my rod right in the middle. I want to go wall to wall, side to side, you know, easy peasy.
And we're running 1/8-inch tungsten?
1/8-inch tungsten. That's pretty standard in heavy industrial. 332 is starting to get a real, some real speed. It's really making a real big comeback now. 332s. It's looking promising.
Did it go away?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
It's coming back.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
That's exactly what 332 said. All right.
It's all going in. There's no edit there. Good.
That's fine. All right. All right. What do you want to weld this thing now, or what?
Yeah, let's go ahead. So we got a 1/8-inch tungsten, number 8 cup, 1/8-inch filler metal,
E3
E70S2.
I'm gonna get it hot. Introduce the consumable right in the middle, and I'm gonna start cruising. I'm about 145 amps, I believe, and it's enough to make it lay down without waiting on it. Just cruising now.
So easy a pipe fitter can do it.
Let's see what you got. You're just gonna be hovering just slightly above your puddle. A little bit wider. There you go. On your right side, go a little bit further up. There you go. Just hovering above. See right there, when you're coming over to your left, you're getting real close to your puddle. Don't death grip it, you're gonna slide. You're favoring your right, go a little bit more to the left. All right, did you see how when you chop the end of your wire? As you're coming, you need to advance that elbow. Don't lock that elbow into your side.
Okay.
And if you start chopping your wire, you need to bring the angle up just a little bit more, and that's usually from people locking in right there.
Gotcha.
You have to advance that elbow around the radius. Not too bad.
So as it's coming up, just bring the elbow up a little bit higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, especially new guys, is that elbow. I mean, you see it with like 3G welds or 3F welds where they lock in, they start rolling that wrist. Yep. It's very similar to what you're just doing right there.
So it's changing the travel angle.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
What you need to watch right here is popping out right in the middle. We still want to walk out on that bevel.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't look like, you know, we have an indication that would go out. Yeah, not too bad. Right here, I'd be real concerned about that side as far as tying in.
Okay.
TIG welding pipe and X-ray is relatively easy to pass. But if this is going to be UT'd, we always call UT the phase array process. Is that proper? Phase array?
I believe so.
So that would show indications on TIG if you did not dig deep enough with it. So right now we're at 145. When we go to start filling, we're going to be around 160, if not better.
So we're going to bump it up.
Yeah, phase array is much harder to pass on a TIG process. If I knew this was going to X-ray, I'd take this thing all the way out. If I knew they're phase arraying it, I would put my hot pass and switch to 7018.
Okay.
That's just personal preference. That's
So you
just,
actually have a choice when you go do a lot of this stuff, what process you're going to run?
If you're qualified for it.
Okay.
There's some times that you will only be qualified for a route and a hot pass or a route and 2 hot passes. It depends on how they wrote your procedures. The current certifications I have, I'm unlimited wall thickness on gas tungsten arc welding. So
you can root, fill, cap, the whole thing, no issues.
correct.
So now when we were talking about the left side being a little bit lower, do you find that to be the case with right-handed welders? And then if it's a left-handed welder, that their right side would be a little bit lower? And that's
the side you're standing on, kind of you're in a favor. The side you can see better, especially with you standing off to the side, which nothing wrong with that. There's times that although I might not be able to see it, that muscle memory again, I can feel I'm going to the right spot, or at least it's an educated guess.
Swag? Scientific wild-ass guess?
Swag.
Standard terms and definitions. All right, so now we're going for the fill. We've stepped up to a 532nd electrode, jumped it up to 165 amps, or 532nd filler wire.
Yep.
165 amps. Kind of walk us through the technique you're going to be using here.
You know, essentially the same thing as a hot pass. We're just going to try to carry a little bit more metal. Next pass after this, we'll start following the arc a little bit, trying to get a little bit more fill, a little bit more deposition while we're going, so we're not here all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, you're gonna get a lot more weld deposition in there than you would with a standard 1/8" electrode. Just bump it up the diameter.
Yeah, bump it up diameter,
more
and
metal in
then
there.
we can start rolling this side to side.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah,
I can barely walk and chew bubble gum. I don't know how this is gonna work.
We'll be all right.
All right.
What do you think about that? You know, this isn't where your comfort zone. This isn't what you do.
Yeah, I was trying different methods, trying to roll that back and forth. I found it's best to use. I was just trying to put it right there in the crook of my thumb and just use friction and roll it back with the thumb. It wasn't working, so then I just kind of pinched it, kind of like a booger.
Like a booger?
Yeah.
Flick it?
You roll a booger and flick it.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you can see right here.
No, and really, it's not bad for never doing this before. The biggest thing with TIG welding, especially TIG welding pipe all the way out, it's slow.
I see that. I've noticed the travel speed's a lot slower.
It's slow. I mean, you have to feed wire into it. Like, an employer doesn't want to hear, hey, this is going to take me 4 hours. This is a Schedule 40 weld. 6-inch Schedule 40. This weld should take 45 minutes at most.
Root, fill, and cap?
Root, fill, cap.
Really?
This is...
You're hauling gas.
Well, I don't know what to say to that, sure. But from root, fill to cap, a field welder should be able to knock this out in 45 minutes. And, you know, that doesn't talk about hold points and, you know, procedures and stuff like that. But if you're profitable to a company, that's what they're expecting. But really, your technique just needs time. You're doing everything mechanically correct. It's just
got to refine it a little bit.
Experience, hood time, you know, everything that comes with all that.
So why don't you go ahead and show me how to bring this up to fill so we can get ready for cap.
Okay, same thing we just did.
Still running 165 amps.
165 amps. We make cap at 165. I'm probably done drop back down to a 1/8 filler when we go to cap. In my opinion, when you're capping in the TIG process, you should be slightly above flush. You're not carrying a whole lot of metal, and if you're below flush trying to feed, not saying that's not possible, but that's not.
You're probably gonna end up with a lot of undercut on the sides.
Yeah, but experience will overcome that. You have guys that can feed and cap. When you're new in this, you should probably just try to cap instead of fill and cap at the same time. And that's the same as if we went to 7018. You should be capping when you're new. should be capping when you're filled all the way up. Try not to fill and cap at the same time.
Gotcha.
Pipe welders, we have this saying, you cap, or you root for the dough and you cap for the show. Welders are all like dogs, right? You know, a dog goes over in the corner, takes a crap, all the other dogs run over there to look at it, right? Same thing with welders. When you're done welding, every welder...
You're gonna come look at it.
You never heard that before?
No, I'm gonna use that one now.
Yeah. This is my name, this is my signature, this is how people are gonna remember me.
I got crappy handwriting, so this isn't gonna be good for me.
I have really bad handwriting, but I'm okay at this.
Okay, world's okayest welder?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's gotten me pretty far.
That works.
So let's talk about setup here. I extended out a little bit further.
So now we're probably rocking about 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, 12/16.
Yeah, at least 12/16.
12. I think it's exactly 12/16, but
75 thousandths of an inch.
okay. I'm not a machinist.
Conversion. Anybody for our friends across the pond and Canada?
So when you have this large stick out, your puddle will be ahead of your tungsten. Your whole travel time will be under this envelope of argon gas. So this is very important when you get to semi-reactive metals like stainless. Not too bad. Remember, you have time. You don't have to just move to move. And notice how that puddle is following your tungsten. It's just lagging slightly behind your tungsten. That's a good sign right there. You have a lot of controllability. If your puddle is fluid from coast to coast or bevel to bevel, your puddle is too hot, you're moving too slow, you need to make an adjustment somewhere. And you're almost getting in that scenario. Yeah, like right there. It's still following it, it's still controllable. Just need to pick it up a little bit.
Hey, wait, where's... Okay. I was just trying to tell the two welds apart.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I really can't tell where one ended and the other began.
Right there?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's that.
There is that. There's always that, I guess.
There's always that. I mean, there's the proof.
So, right here, shiny weld, right? That's from the gas coverage I was talking about.
Okay.
Up here, little duller.
Yep. That's from the gas cover you're talking about.
Little new guy, kind of, hasn't done this before.
It's not bad.
No, it's not. There's nothing technically wrong with it.
Okay.
Let's go with that. You're new. This will get better. That's all I really gotta say about it.
Well, I mean, thanks. I get participation trophy on the way out.
Well, everyone's getting one. We have like 15 left right now.
Oh, sweet.
Capping out, this is part of his signature as a pipe welder. If you see any pipe welder on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, they're bragging about what they can do, and it comes
essentially
down to
their business card at the end of the day.
Yeah, and this is their signature. This is how they make money. This is how they're known. You have a little work to do, but this isn't what you do. Right? That's not bad.
Damn, yours is straight. A little crooked up here, but it's not bad. Yours is straight. Mine's a little crooked once we get up here. Good fusion into the toes, though. See that? I mean, I got, what, 8 minutes into this?
I don't know. I think the last video was 12 minutes.
Okay.
Where I insulted you most of the time.
Yes, I heard about that. I mean, you're a bully.
Sorry, man.
Appreciate that. Quick question. Viewer submitted comments. Are all pipe fitters fat?
No, I was born this way.
Me too.
I don't have... I need a donut. I know that's going in.
Don't eat your feelings.
I need a donut.
I was waiting the whole video.
I know.
For you to give me shit so I can bring that up.
viewer suggested comment.
I've had that in the chamber since we left Smashburger. We appreciate you watching. Brian and I had a lot of fun here, probably a little too much fun, but we don't get to see each other very often, so it's great having you on the show. I appreciate you walking me and the viewers through on how to do this. You know, I learned a lot through this whole process. I want to go back and cut up some pipe, bevel it, slam it together, and, you know, get a little bit more practice, maybe at the house or at the school, and just kind of run this. Pipe welding is something I've always wanted to do, but I've never been asked to do it, or it's never been part of the job requirement. Like I said, we had O-beam, so a lot of times you actually have a steel backer in here, a chill ring on the inside, because it's for structural support. Nothing's flowing through it, but this is all new to me. And that was all just 7018 or flux core. So this is
you know we do the same
good stuff.
Similar thing. Most of the procedures in a nuclear facility were written in the 70s, so we had to qualify to a backing ring test that will certify us in all position plates for our hanger supports.
Right.
And you know it's the same thing. It's just we do this more often. That test wasn't probably something you guys did all the time.
Right.
It showed that you're a welder. You can weld. It's just this isn't where your comfort zone is.
I just got to build up that muscle memory and kind of, you know, just fine tune it a little bit.
And a welder's a welder. Like, you can jump from process to process. Although you may not be the strongest in it, you know what you're looking for or looking at.
Yeah, once you learn how to read the puddle, I mean, everything just kind of flows into place. No pun intended.
What was the pun?
It flows into place, puddle, flow.
It was punny.
Come on. Oh, you got that. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all I got, guys.
Appreciate you guys watching.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Ready? All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate.
Appreciate?
Yeah, appreciate.
Legalio.
Legalio. No. Close enough. All right, guys, we definitely appreciate you watching. Thanks for checking us out. Make sure to like and subscribe. Go ahead, drop a comment in the comment section if you have any questions, or you want to comment, kind of give me some pointers, because this is all new to me. Thank Brian for stopping by. Until next time, make your world better than your last.
See you guys.
It's getting awkward because he's still staring at us.
What do we do now?
Really building. I'm just going to walk away.
Do we leave?